The journey to Pokhara was nothing short of exhilarating. Winding roads snaked through the hills, each curve revealing a new tapestry of lush green vistas. The landscape seemed to stretch endlessly, with rolling hills rising and falling like sleeping giants beneath a blanket of mist. Every mile brought a sense of anticipation, as if the mountains themselves were calling out, promising something extraordinary just beyond the next bend. Each turn brought a new view, and then, suddenly, the first glimpse of the mountains, snowy peaks touching the sky. The sight was breathtaking, the white summits gleaming in the sunlight, standing tall and proud above the world below. It felt as if I had entered a realm where nature reigned supreme, untouched and majestic. My heart leapt with joy. I knew this place was special. The excitement bubbled inside me, and I couldn't help but smile at the sheer beauty that surrounded me. It was a moment of pure wonder, a memory I knew I would cherish forever. Pokhara sits beside Phewa Lake, a shimmering sheet of silver that mirrors the sky and mountains. The water sparkled in the sunlight, creating a magical scene that felt almost otherworldly. The air was calm, the breeze gentle, and the people's smiles warm. There was a sense of welcome in the air, as if the town itself was happy to see me arrive. It felt like a world away from the city, a haven of peace. The noise and rush of daily life faded into the background, replaced by the soothing sounds of nature and the gentle rhythm of the lake. My guest house was simple but charming, with a window view of the lake and the Annapurna range beyond. Each morning I woke to the sight of mist rising off the water and the mountains glowing in the early light, a view that made every day feel like a gift. It felt like stepping into a painting, where every color was more vivid and every moment more precious. The sunsets and sunrises painted the sky in hues of gold, pink and lavender, casting a spell over the entire valley. That evening, I walked by the lake as the water shimmered in the fading light. The world seemed to slow down, inviting me to savor the peace and beauty of the moment. Colorful boats bobbed near the shore and little lights twinkled from lakeside cafes. The reflections danced on the water, creating a scene that felt both lively and serene. There was laughter, soft music and the gentle lap of water. The night air was filled with the sounds of joy and relaxation, a perfect harmony of nature and human connection. The promise of adventure hung in the air. Every sunrise brought new possibilities, from exploring hidden trails to soaring above the landscape. Paragliding over this landscape, what an extraordinary thought! The idea of flying above the lake and mountains filled me with excitement and a sense of freedom I'd never known before. Pokhara had already begun to weave its magic. The more time I spent here, the more I felt its gentle pull, inviting me to slow down and truly appreciate the world around me. I felt instantly at home, as if I belonged here. The sense of belonging was deep and immediate, as if the lake and mountains had been waiting for me all along. This wasn't just another stop, it was a destination for the soul. Pokhara offered a rare chance to reconnect, with nature, with others, and with myself. A place to breathe, to just be. Here I could let go of worries and simply exist, surrounded by beauty and tranquility. The adventure was only beginning, and I knew that Pokhara would leave a mark on my heart forever. Waking up in Pokhara was like opening your eyes in a dream. The first light of dawn crept softly through the curtains, painting the world in gentle pastels. There was a hush in the air, as if the city itself was holding its breath, waiting for the sun to rise. The Annapurna mountains glowed gold in the morning sun, breathtaking and magnificent. Their snow-capped peaks seemed to float above the clouds, radiating a quiet strength that filled me with awe. I could have stared for hours, feeling wonderfully small and incredibly lucky. The vastness of the landscape made every worry seem insignificant, every moment precious. Pokhara's main street bustled with colorful shops, spices, singing bowls, prayer flags fluttering everywhere. The air was alive with the scent of incense and the sound of laughter, a vibrant tapestry of daily life. The locals greeted me with smiles and a warm namaste. Their kindness was genuine, making me feel instantly at home, as if I belonged here among them. The town felt safe, welcoming and vibrant, a blend of Hindu and Buddhist traditions. Temples and shrines stood side by side, their bells and chimes mingling in the breeze. Little temples and white stupas dotted the hills, incense drifting through the air. Each one seemed to tell a story, inviting quiet reflection and reverence. The sound of chanting and birdsong created a peaceful rhythm. It was as if nature and spirit were in perfect harmony, weaving a gentle soundtrack for the day. Pokhara invites you to slow down, to sit by the lake and simply watch the world. Time seemed to stretch, letting you savor each moment, each breath. The atmosphere is magical, worries melting away, replaced by quiet joy. As the sun set, the sky blushed with color, and a sense of calm settled over everything. The culture here is rich, spiritual, and deeply rooted. Rituals and prayers are woven into daily life, connecting people to their heritage and to each other. Every corner seemed to offer a new discovery. From hidden alleys filled with local art to quiet courtyards where time stood still, Pokhara was full of surprises. The lake's edge was perfect for reflection. Sitting there, I felt my thoughts settle, my heart open to the beauty around me. The gentle breeze and rustling leaves soothed my spirit. Nature's simple gifts felt profound, reminding me to slow down and just be. There's a profound sense of peace here. It's the kind of peace that seeps into your bones, that lingers long after you leave. Pokhara is a balm for the heart. It's a place where you can heal, recharge, and rediscover yourself. It's a place to reconnect with nature, with yourself. Here, every sunrise feels like a new beginning, every path an invitation to explore. The beauty is both grand and intimate. Towering mountains and delicate wildflowers, vast lakes and quiet corners, all exist side by side. I felt gratitude for every moment. Each day in Pokhara was a gift, a reminder to appreciate the simple joys of life. This was more than a visit, it was a renewal. Pokhara's serenity is unforgettable, a gentle reminder that beauty and peace can be found and cherished if only we pause to notice. High above the lake, paragliders soared like birds, daring, free, and utterly captivating. Could I do that? The thought sent a thrill through me. I booked my flight, nerves and excitement mingling. The morning arrived, clear blue sky, perfect conditions. My breakfast was a blur, anticipation buzzed in the air. Today I would fly. The journey to Soaring, the takeoff point, was an adventure itself. A jeep climbed the winding mountain road, views growing more spectacular with every turn. Pokhara Valley and Phewa Lake sparkled below. My heart raced as we neared the clouds. The air felt charged with energy. I clutched my bag, a mix of nerves and glee. The mountains loomed closer, promising something unforgettable. I was ready for a new perspective. The adventure was about to begin. At Soaring, I met my pilot, a calm, experienced Nepali with a reassuring smile. His demeanor instantly put me at ease, even as my nerves buzzed with anticipation. The mountain air was crisp, and the view from the launch site was breathtaking, but it was the pilot's quiet confidence that truly anchored me in the moment. He explained everything clearly, his confidence contagious. Every instruction was delivered with patience, and he made sure I understood each step before moving on. I could tell he had done this countless times, and that experience was comforting. I was fitted with a sturdy helmet and a snug harness, feeling secure and ready. The equipment felt solid, and the careful adjustments made me trust that every detail was being looked after. The safety briefing was thorough. Run when he says run, sit back in the harness, enjoy the flight. He repeated the key points, making sure I could recite them back. It was clear that safety wasn't just a formality here. It was a ritual. Every detail mattered, and I listened intently. I wanted to remember every word, every gesture, knowing that my experience depended on it. Safety was their top priority, and it showed. The team worked together seamlessly, double-checking every strap and buckle, communicating with practiced efficiency. Final checks were made. The wind, the canopy, everything in order. The pilot scanned the horizon, reading the air currents with the expertise of someone who truly understood the sky. Other gliders took off effortlessly, soaring into the blue. Watching them float above the valley, I felt a surge of excitement and a hint of envy, eager for my own turn. My heart pounded with a mix of fear and excitement. My turn was next. I could feel adrenaline building, my senses sharpening as the moment approached. The moment of truth had arrived. I stood at the edge, toes gripping the earth, ready to leave solid ground behind. I trusted the pilot, the process, and myself. The anticipation was electric. In that instant, I realized that adventure is as much about trust as it is about courage. I was ready to leap into the sky, every muscle tensed, every thought focused on the adventure ahead. The world below seemed to pause. Time slowed and the landscape stretched out in silent invitation. This was the edge of adventure. I was about to cross a threshold, leaving behind the familiar for the unknown. I took a deep breath, prepared to fly. In that moment, I felt both vulnerable and invincible, ready to trust the wind and embrace the sky. "Ready?" my pilot asked, steady and calm. I nodded, heart pounding. "When I say run, we run together. Fast!" he said. We stood on the grassy slope, parachute behind us, wind tugging gently. The command came, "Run! Run! Run!" We charged forward, legs pumping. Suddenly, the ground vanished beneath my feet. The parachute caught the wind, lifting us smoothly into the air. No jolt, just a graceful ascent. I gasped. A whoop of pure delight escaped me. We were flying. The world below shrank, people in takeoff spot becoming tiny. It was a new perspective, a feeling of lightness and freedom. My nerves vanished, replaced by wonder. The sensation was utterly thrilling. I felt weightless, unburdened. The sky welcomed us. I was soaring, truly alive. The adventure had taken flight. We soared over Pokhara Valley. The city spread beneath us like a vibrant tapestry. Phewa Lake shimmered, a turquoise jewel, its island temple and colorful boats now tiny from above. The lake was the heart of Pokhara, its beauty magnified from the sky. The Himalayas loomed, Annapurna, snow-capped, ancient, awe-inspiring. The mountains felt close, their grandeur humbling. Terraced hillsides and little villages dotted the landscape, smoke rising from chimneys. Nature and humanity blended in perfect artistry. Everywhere I looked there was beauty. Nepal's scenery is second to none. I was seeing it in the most spectacular way. The freedom was intoxicating. No engine, just the wind and the sky. We danced with the air, gliding, turning, rising on thermals. Any fear faded, replaced by awe and wonder at the vastness around me. My worries felt small, my spirit light. There were moments of pure silence, just the rustle of wind, the world far below. It was peaceful, almost meditative, a chance to simply be. My pilot pointed out distant peaks and landmarks, sharing the joy of flight. His skill made everything feel effortless. We shared smiles, a secret adventure in the sky. I felt connected to the earth, the air, and myself. It was pure magic. All too soon, it was time to descend. The pilot guided us in gentle spirals toward the lakeside landing field. The world below grew larger, details sharpening. A soft, perfect touchdown, back on solid earth. My legs wobbled, but my heart soared. I had done it. I had flown. Exhilaration and gratitude washed over me. The memory of soaring high was vivid, unforgettable. Pokhara had given me a precious gift. Even now, the memory of that flight is vivid and precious. It was more than an adventure. It was a moment of pure connection with nature and myself. Nepal's beauty, from its mountains to its people, left a mark on my soul. Travel is about pushing boundaries, discovering courage, and embracing the unknown. You don't have to paraglide, just find what makes your spirit soar. Life is for exploring, for seeking new experiences. These are the moments that enrich us. I hope you'll seek your own adventures, big or small. Embrace the world's beauty. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until the next adventure, keep your heart open to wonder.